morning, guys. I have a very short time to paint today, so I haven't decided what exactly which one I'm going to work on. But I did do, what a mess. I did do some more sketching and rearranging on the flowers. I think that'll simplify it more. I'll probably have to bring something up in here. But I get that much done. I'll reshape that flower. That's just a rough draft. But I may work on that, the edges on that. And for those who haven't seen, here's the green one in works. The white is chalk. I'm still debating on the colors. I'm thinking if I add some cornstarch to my yellow, it'll pop more. And I may just use yellow for those white lines. And then I want to repeat the design on the other side. I don't know if you can see that little bit of chalk, but it kind of resembles a face. I can center it enough there. So that's where I'm going with that one. I did start the edges, but I got called off to do something. Maybe that's what I could do on that too. Actually, I'm going to start with that. It's going to be easier. I can't start with that. I need to eat. This is much longer. Then I can start with that. Yeah, I didn't eat. I figured I'd eat and paint at the same time because I have such a short time to do this today. We are going to a museum here in Fort Davis or vicinity, and he builds miniature ships of the ships that brought the Jews back to Israel when Israel was reformed as a country. He also has something he does with music that's kind of unique in comparing electric with acoustic. I am curious to see how that turns out. And let's see what else. My mouse. And there was one other thing I can't remember. It might be light. Yeah, I don't really remember. He had three. Oh, math! It's math. I love math. So this guy's going to have something about math that I can't even remember what she described. Oh my God, I left a mess in here. I was anxious to paint, didn't I? Alright. I'm going to start with these green edges. I'm going to pick up some cornstarch while I'm out today. I watched this video on Art Hacks. Oh my gosh. One of them, all these paintbrushes at the studio that were destroyed, we had to throw out because, well, a studio for mentally ill and they're recovering. But, they had problems rinsing their brushes, and we've had so many brushes destroyed, and she's like, well, just soak them in acetone for a few days and it'll be better. And I'm like, oh, all those brushes we could have saved. But I keep my brushes pretty clean. I don't really have that problem, but it's a good one to know. Also, what else? What was the other tip? Really good. Oh, when you're doing, and I might want to go pick up something clear. But they said when you use painter's tape, you know how it bleeds under and your lines get a little messed up. To paint with like a sealant or I forget what it's called, a clear coat, and then paint your color over it, and you won't have any paint color leakage under your tape. Well, I can't afford to buy a clear sealant unless they have a cheap one at the dollar store when I go in for my other thing. Oh, there's so many cool tips on it. But the cornstarch to the thin paint, best one. Because now I can get cheap paints when I need to. Or, you know how yellows and a lot of the metallics are translucent. More translucent than you want to be. I ought to try the cornstarch in that too. But you have to go through this procedure. You got to cook the cornstarch, make a paste, and then you put it in. But that's fine with me, as long as it works. It makes good solid colors. All right. Pink towels in the sink for hand wiping, and a dry one. This edge. Clean up the bottom one. I'm just gonna go. Didn't need to touch it yet because I don't like full solid color on the edges. There we go. And I like to use my finger on these. You get less on the front of your painting. And it's actually kind of soothing to feel the texture underneath as you do this too. It's warm all day. I don't know if it's hot out or it's me. Yeah, I didn't want to stream while the G's were streaming, but I didn't have a lot of time to paint, so. Few things every day. The plan is this week. I need to have them done. I need to go into Marfa with them. Because there's a possible market there for me. Done. Oh, go on. Oh my gosh, I do not know why I am so hot. Probably be a third time I do the edges on these. Wasn't too bad. But edges are important. As people can see them when they're on their wall, unless you group them in a cluster where the edges hang, but that's not what people usually do. because I warmed it in. Let me check the temp. Okay, I will be leaving at 1 for the museum. Curious. I wonder if he'll let me live stream. Wouldn't that be cool? Museum tour? Or a museum visit? I don't really know. Oh, I'm excited, kinda. It's gonna be good. I'm just grabbing a couple bites. Hungry I got. Okay, I'm gonna do that one last edge on this one. I think I'll paint in this flower. I kind of like the shape of it, where it's positioned. We'll paint that one in. And then I have to reshape that flower to look. It's a little too stiff, but I just roughly cast it in. Good job. Hopefully I don't drop this, because everywhere I drop it, it's going to get a little bit of paint on it. Yes, I have a tendency to drop things. I am a klutz. Things break, things drop. It's just how it is with me. Doesn't mean I'm trouble. Whoever calls me trouble. On the company, they call me trouble. Actually, the first time I met Eric was hilarious. Yeah. The front panels, solar panels on my roof rack blew over to the over top of the back ones and busted them up. He comes over and he's like, I knew you were going to be trouble. And I'm like, you don't even know me. I'm like, do I wear it on my face or what? I don't know. But it was kind of funny. Then, who was it? It was, Yvonne started calling me Solar Girl. She still calls me Solar Girl. She's decided that's my name. That's the first mishap I had, I think. I'm not really sure. But I think, because the handle on my jack didn't bust until we were at the Sacramento track. Or no, not the Sacramento. Wow, what track was it? It was a little track. It had a pole. He was by the pole. He likes poles, I found out. I saw a video of ours arriving in Sacramento. I mean, in D.C. and something about him grabbing the pole. It was hilarious. To me, it was hilarious. Good. What the heck happened right there? Right up. There we go. Whew. That was a close call. Our edges. I must of the time it doesn't get up into the front. I don't have to worry about it. But did on that one. Wet wipe cleans it up very fast. Learn. That's actually the first time I met anybody because it was the day after Casa Grande, now that I think about it. Because I was in the bleachers at Casa Grande, didn't get to know anybody except for there was this couple that sat next to me, which I'm going to go visit in Tucson. But anyway, we drove there and we got to this track. I can't remember where it was. But I know they played Uptown Funk and they had a thing on the video. What is this? It had a lower portion with the pole. Then there was another section where some of the truckers parked. And then there was another section. They were very in height. I don't remember what track it was. It hurt my brain trying to figure it out. So I'm not figured it out. Okie dokie. I'm using these plates for pallets. Once the stuff dries. Normally, when I have my pallets, which I'm going to try to do here, my procedure, we always have this prepping procedure we do when we paint. It's like a preparation to switch modes from real life into work. And I'm destroying this plate doing it. That was stupid. But anyway, put back on the other one. I like to peel the paint off my canvases as preparing. I don't know why. So when I'm done, I don't clean up my palettes because I like to peel them as part of my process of preparing for the next painting. Alright. Let's do this then. Do the edges, but I really want to get this flower in. So once I get a confirmation of a flower in my head, now I had the flower visual, but it shifted around the painting as, you know, you get a kind of a visual of a flower in a fit, but then you can't guess. I have a hard time guessing where on the canvas it wants to go. And every time you place a new something, it changes the spacing and the dynamics of the whole picture, so you gotta make sure it doesn't change what's already been done. Yeah, I can't fully explain it, but that's my procedures. And you can't see me paint that way, can you? Alright, do it this way. Do my lazy method. So leaving a circle on that. All these white lines are just preliminary lines. They can all be touched up if I decide to do color. I can put the color right over the white. If I choose to keep it white, I'll just touch it up so it's more solid. When I'm going over chalk lines, when you do that, the chalk mixes with the paint and weakens it, kind of washes off and chips off and all that stuff. So I have to redo all my lines after I do my preliminaries. Hi, Annie. How's it going? Yeah, I got up late today myself. I could not sleep last night. I was so frustrated that I couldn't. I'm like trying binaural waves. That didn't work. I think I accidentally had caffeine in my coffee. That's what it was. Thinking it was decaf, was guzzled it all down before bed. And it was a big bottle. It was a big bottle. This thing, full. And I guess it was caffeine and didn't know it. The things I do to myself. Don't pay attention to details. A little slow yet, first gear, how you do? I'm in full gear. Getting ready to go to a museum today. This guy built miniature ships of each of the ships that brought the Israelites into Israel after when it became a country again. He built all those ships. So I'm interested in seeing his story and why. He also does this thing with music, comparing acoustic with electrical instruments, sort of, I don't really, scientific type thing. And then he also does this thing with math, which I can't even remember how to describe. But since I'm a math geek, that'll be fun. I took every math course I could for fun in college, because I was actually going to school for accounting, business administration. And here I am, an artist with a degree. It's funny. Yeah, back then I was raising kids, and it was about money then. I was trying to support my kids and do the best. Well, after college, I got very ill and found out that I'm rather limited in how much I can work in the world the way the things are now. There are some environments I can work in, but they're really hard to find. Which is why I volunteer, because people are more likely to let you do what you need to do to get the job done when you volunteer than when you're on a paid paycheck. So, I get stuff in exchange. It's usually food or a place to camp with utilities, and so it's kind of like working the way I can. I'm not one of those people who can sit around and watch the stinking tube all day. I have to be up and doing stuff. I don't know if you heard my story on the other feed, but I spent 3 years in bed, Rip Van Winkle style, when they had me on the pain meds, jacked up. I was 125 micrograms every 48 hours for 11 years, and it just wore off early, and they couldn't increase it, so I was stuck with withdrawals. Withdrawals every other day for 7 or 8 of those years. Oh, so glad to get off of it. Wet wipes are a very good thing for cleaning up tiny mistakes, I found out. Okay. The flour. And I'll put little lines in later. I don't have to draw these in advance. I'm just drawing them to visualize it. Don't make any mess out of it. But that one will sit there. So I gotta let that paint dry, and I'm gonna wipe off all the chalk, and I'm gonna work on getting the shape of that flower, this flower over here, fixed. Did you ever see that movie Maudie? Is it the artist that she had body cast and she paints on her old body cast? It's probably somebody else. Yeah, when you're painting, you don't feel a lot of the pain. Or the anxieties or anything. That's why I like painting. Something that's going to dry faster. The humidity around here is crazy. Crazy humidity. She'd like to paint flowers and seasons too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do a toss between florals and just patterns and lines, as you can see. I don't know if you saw the green one. Let me pull it up. So the green one, this is my example of geometric line paintings that I like to do. So that's one style. Sometimes it's more straight lines, but usually curves. And then you've seen this one, which is my florals. And I go between the two. I am not a realist at all. This will be abstract. That's why I'm considering leaving it white as if it was a chalk drawing. Really. That one. I'm gonna get another wet wipe. Hold on. So Mona's still working on getting me to Branson. I will be going to Branson to be her streamer camera person. She's going around to all the businesses advertising for her event and making little commercials, advertisements for the event with each business, asking them about their patriotism and things like that. And so she says if I give her 4 hours a day, she'll bring me out there and do that, and then I can paint in the rest of the time. She's also making a lot of long-term plans, and I'm like, long-term plans are fun to think about, but I'm not ready to commit to anything, honestly. I mean, if I can start making money from my art, I should be able to fly to some of these vacations that she wants me to go with her, because she's kind of needs somebody to go with her, and she wants to stream them and do her hustling on streams in different places. So, but I'm thinking if I can be where I want to be, I'll be able to just fly to that and go. She likes a lot of comfortable touristy type stuff, which is okay. I mean, that's not totally how I travel, but I can do that. It's a chance to travel. It is 11:30. I have about 1 more hour. I cannot dissipate. Alright. I'm going to cheat and look at a picture of a flower I want to put on here. I get ideas. I've created some pretty wild flowers. I used to do like folk art. I started with my geometric designs. Ooh, that would have been a cool one. I'm not doing water. I should do a water flower collection sometime. Because I like these other flowers. It's so fun. But what I'm looking for is... I use single flower. It's giving me a bunch of groupings instead. Oh, that's cool. What do you call it? Tulip like. Alright, maybe if I type in the word tulip. Oh, no, it's not a tulip. What's the one that has like 3 leaves? Oh. Yeah, I guess that is. Some people do it with just 3 leaves. Okay, there's round kinds and pointy kinds. That's where I got confused. Alright. I just want to find a longer pointier kind. Actually, I don't think it's a tulip. It's probably more like a daffodil, maybe? Let me see. I can't believe I can't remember what kind of flower it is. Closer, but no cookie. Okay, well, I'm not going to find what I need. I don't know why I can't find it. I'll do a quick sketch of it again, unless you can remember seeing it. And maybe you can remind me what kind of flower that might be like. I can't remember what it's called. I just want to round it up and make it look more... Daffodil. I could just do another different flower. I kind of wanted a plain one there. Maybe I'll find another one to do instead, maybe? Daffodil. Disperse. It's like a trumpet type flower. It's all over the place. There's a trumpet flower. It looks a little different. I might be able to do that. So instead of this, the trumpet flower would have like a little edge. Like looks probably too big in comparison. I use the camera. It's easier for me to look at a mirror, a camera, to see what I'm seeing. Okay. That is too big. Let's bring it on down. It's kind of hard with the fat chalk to do the little lines. Oh, I still have a piece of gravel. That might work. Yep, I can. It's the shapes of the flowers I'm getting at. No, I'm not trying to be perfect with the flowers, but trying to do the, I don't know. I'm going to try to do the pointy thing one more time. I like it better than the trumpet flower idea. Alright. Probably doing it too small, but it seems to be working this time. And it's going to be a little difficult to see it. Now it's too small. But I got the flower shape better. Boy. I'm gonna give it a few more tries, but if this canvas gets way too chalky, I'm gonna have to step away from the drawing. Alright, let's see. Do with the big chalk. That's the big outline. So, bring the flower next to that. I'm really picky about the balance in this. Yeah, I like that flower too. I just need to make it a little bit bigger. Ooh, how about something like that? Or what if I bring in leaf so that it's actually part of that? What do you think of that one? Oops, I got a call. It'll be silent for a minute. Howdy. Oops, she hung up on me. Okay, I don't have a call. Never mind. Oh, apparently she sent a text, and she's probably waiting for a response. Let's see. Oh, eating up. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna eat while we're out, too. Oh, I don't... Okay. I kind of like that flower. Now it's a matter of squeezing some leaves in there for balance, and I think this is gonna work. I really like that. Although, I don't know. Let me see what you think. We got the tip, or the ball top, which is kind of, ooh, I like the ball top. Never mind, we're going with the ball top. I like it. So I'll get to start doing the lines on that. So my paint's already out and I don't want it to dry and be wasted. Needed to fold over that one. Alrighty. Let's do it, do it, do it. go. So again, it's about not being perfect with me. I do like to get smooth lines, but sometimes I get them a little flat when I'm starting out on chalk. I have not decided how much I'm filling in these flowers or if I'm doing colors on them. Not decided any of that yet. I'm a one step at a time kind of artist, I guess. I don't really, I very rarely start out with a full plan. Very rare. It grows. It comes from my subconscious brain usually. What I'm visualizing on it anyway. So I wonder where this guy's located. If he's in Marfa, then probably take a picture of these. Since we will be dining in a place that has art. Co-production of Ireland candidates about the life of Maud Lewis came to Nova Scotia. My grandmother was born in Nova Scotia. They were coming from Czechoslovakia. My great-grandmother was straight from Czechoslovakia. And they had I forget what their last name was, but anyway, it means little mouse. And in Czechoslovakia, they called the Jews of that area little mouse. So I'm wondering if that's part of where we came from. We had migrated from there to Czechoslovakia. My dad's side of the family definitely came from Israel. They are actually the Levite tribe, his mom's side. But the female carries down to female and the male carries down to male, so I really don't have that carried down to me, as I am a female. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure my dad's male side is also Irish. They had the earliest history of the last name Bartley is someone who was knighted in England. The area in Derry, Ireland that they came from was taken over by English religion. They were establishing their churches across the area and kind of forcing people into them. But I looked in the area we came from, and the farmers listed, there had been a fire, but there were farmers at that time that my relatives were there, that are on record, some of the farms. Well, all the farmers are there. And their name wasn't there, so I am thinking that they actually came as part of setting up that church. And it might have been that person that was knighted Bartley. I don't know. But my mom's side, I know, I highly suspect, I'm not 100%, that it's pure Jewish. Daniel D. Tompkins, my mom's dad's side even, was Jewish. He was Vice President of the United States. He's my great-great-great-grandfather. He was Jewish. So I'm wondering. Really don't know. And my great-grandmother, when we would visit her in Chicago, there was this day where we were all just, nobody did anything, and we couldn't even make noise that day. It was kind of strange. So I'm thinking maybe that was a Shabbat. I have no idea. rather quickly. I'm liking it. I'm gonna put them lines in that other flower now. I got white paint. I gotta use it. I don't like to leave my paints. Well, I guess I'm gonna take and do the edge since I've got time. I like to go from these up so I can get a sharper point. A lot of these, I don't want to make these lines too long because in touching them up, I generally end up making them longer to sharpen the tip on them. So I don't really want to get too much into it. And then again, I don't know if I'm going to fill in the flower. Whatever. I don't like those lines. I'm leaving them right out. That was quick-lived, short-lived. Did not like it. I'm not going to do those lines yet because I am considering doing negative space. Like, instead of doing white lines, I can do a white flower with the background color shining through as the lines, and I would do that with dish soap. You paint the dish soap on as if it was the color, let it dry really well, and then you put your paint over it. You know what? Glue would probably be better. I'm gonna pick up glue. I'm gonna make a list. I'll do glue actually. Make a list. Now I have paper. Why am I trying to write on a napkin? I don't know. Oh, what was the other thing I was going to get? I can't remember. Okay, glue. That's what I'll do. Because then I can use the glue to make negative space. And then do like a solid white flower with negative space line. Not guaranteed I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick it up and do it anyway. For a second. I'm going to pick up something else and I can't remember now. Dang it. Started my list earlier. I'll wait till that dries and I'll chalk off and we'll be able to get a really good look. I have $5 for lunch. I don't really think they're going for much. Hard to be around people who have more money. They just don't really comprehend sometimes. Oh, I found my nail brush. Whoop, whoop. What I really got going on in here. I take that back. I got a solid dollar bill that gives me $6. $6. But if I take my thing of quarters, precious laundry money, what is this? This is $22. I'm gonna check this. I may have lunch money. Whoop, whoop. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna tape them. I got that too close to the edge. Oh no. I really thin frame on that edge. Darn it. And it's not, I can't patch these kinds of paintings because I can't duplicate this pattern in the background. So that I have to make that work. Unless I just leave top and bottom lines, but that doesn't contain it. You really want to contain a picture with flowers in some type of framing. And since this is, I'm not framing the canvas itself, I'm going to paint a frame around it to contain the colors. Got that one flower way too close to the edge. First I'm going to check on my lunch money here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. What do I gotta find out? That worked. I couldn't see the type. Oh, there we go. Punch in the card number. Tell them that I'm not a robot. See the card number. I'm not the robot. Continue. $22. I got lunch money. Okay, we are good. Let's put that seat back around it. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I only had $5. That's all I got left on the rest of the stuff. Look at that. I just forgot about that one card. Lucky me. Alright, I'm going to tape and do the edges. I might paint and dry out too much. I have about half an hour, so I might get... I'm going to work with this one. Work with the yucky one that's too close first. And that way I can figure out what I'm going to do. I'm not leaving the tape sit on this. Although it would make the job easier since I'm doing several coats of it. But it wants to peel up my paint. And I don't have frog tape, I only have this. So, I'm going to probably peel it up as soon as I get the line in. If I don't like the line, I will have an opportunity to be able to wash it off. Really? kind of wants to peel up the paint. Oh, that's right. That's what I was getting the glue for. So I watched that video today, and she talked about doing a clear coat first, and then your color coat. That way your colors don't go under your tape. But just gonna push it down really hard with my nails. Sadly, it might peel up something. Hope not. And I'm just going to do this with my fingers because why not? Oh, see the chats that I did. I also heard somebody mention about using whiteout, but that would peel right back off. Whiteout started out as a lady using paint to fix her errors, and she just changed the chemical makeup to work better, but if it didn't peel off, it could be an option to get a solid white. Because I'm going to have to go back and do, I think at least 3 coats to get a good solid white line there. And I don't know if I explained that I contain in a frame, because when you're doing bold colors, if you don't contain them in a frame, if it's not blending with your room real well, like you don't have those colors in your room, it's going to feel like it's going to become an uneasy feeling. So it's kind of an easier feeling when you contain such bold colors in type of a frame. I don't know how to explain that any better. That was it. Alright, let's see. Close. And okay, it works. It didn't touch the flower. Very close, but it didn't touch it. Wow. It is a lot thinner than the top and the bottom ones. And then the bottom one's bigger than let me look at it in the mirror in the camera. It's just easier for me to see things that way. Oh, it's actually alright. I like it. Yay! There goes that. I don't have to fix anything on that flower. But I don't know if you can see. Very slightly it did tear up a little bit of paint. But I can go in and just do dots of color since I have the dots over the background. I can go back in for tiny spots like that and just do more of this these purple dots that I did with the salt background. So I can just sneak a few of those in, purple gray dots. We got one more. That one ended up being a lot lighter than the first two I did. That's clean, I like it. It's pretty messy on this end. But I'll probably touch up the sides and do the dots and things. It's like a back and forth thing. You do one thing and then you do another and you gotta go back and touch up another one. That's the way the lines always work. you'll be doing a line and then you accidentally brush outside of it. You gotta go touch up the background, and then you gotta retouch up the line because the background got into the line. It's kind of a. Alright. We can take the chalk off this flower now. There we go. Still leaves to do. But yeah, I'm liking it. I don't like how close that one flower is to the edge, but I will live. Nice long leaf at this side. So maybe I can just have flower there. It's probably too small. Okay. That's funny. Tiny leaf will do. Maybe. Well, now we got leaves going in the same direction. Okay. Something's wrong with this. Does it need to come like that? Oh, yeah, that's the wrong. That's what I need to do. Sort of pull it up through. I feel like I'm doing the wrong leaf on that. This is something else I want to figure out too. If I did dots of blue or this soap, painted over that. Nope, don't like it. Something like that. The flower top. Maybe. I see a problem. This should probably not have went over like that. I might bring this line in a little more. This. Cover the deficiency in that. There we go. Something like that. I'll adjust it more. I think it'll work out. This does not look like a... Look like a little leaf coming out now. Maybe. I think it's coming together. Oh, I cannot get the leaves. I think I'm done trying to get that leaf for today. Let's fix this one. Leave that one in. I'll probably do something different with it. As it starts to come down, blend into these stems. Much better. Alright. Let's have a bunch of wild ferns. Oh my god, I love ferns. Another fern on the left. You mean this side? I might do tiny dot flowers to fill in the space. You know, they're like, here, I'll do one right here. It's just a circle, and then you have your little circles all the way around them. So I might fill in the space with a bunch of those. And that'll help me balance out whatever's left to balance out after I get the leaves in. Yeah, I was walking around Pennsylvania. I did not see as many ferns in the woods as normal. Is that because of drought weathers or something else? I don't know, but oh, the Boston fern, my favorite ever. I do like the asparagus fern too. I wanted to get some air fern plants for my camper because they actually take care of the humidity, and I like green plants.